Hello, I'm Jim Lampley. Heavyweight champion Wladimir Klitschko had a few rough spots in his career, but the last of those was more than 10 years ago. So Wladimir, who once had an aspiration to be seen as the legitimate champion of the heavyweight division, has a new aspiration now, to be seen as one of the greatest of all time, as he prepares for his next title defense against Bryant Jennings of the United States in Madison Square Garden, April 25. Let's take a look at Wladimir Klitschko's greatest hits.
September 2005, Klitschko faced Samuel Peter in a title eliminator to become the #1 contender.
Two big right hands from Klitschko in the center of the ring. Peter hit Klitschko right on the back of the head with a right hand. Peter makes clear he's ready for an all-out war now. Third knockdown of the fight for Peter.
In the late rounds, Peter began to tire, and Klitschko took advantage.
Wladimir Klitschko's technical skills begin to surface again. Very tired Sam Peter is finding it increasingly difficult to find Wladimir Klitschko. Oh, the left hook wobbles Peter.
Going the full 12 rounds, Klitschko won by unanimous decision and gained the chance to battle for a title belt. April 2006, Klitschko met Chris Bird for a second time. From the beginning, Klitschko established his devastating right hand.
Hard right hand by Klitschko. Bothered Bird. He hits Bird flush with it again, and again, and again. Brings the crowd out of their seats.
Just as in their first meeting, the bigger, stronger Klitschko dominated throughout.
Right hand by Klitschko, down goes Bird.
And in the 7th round, he began to pour on the punishment, simply outclassing his overmatched opponent.
Klitschko thinks he might be able to finish him. Bird's in big trouble. Got hit with a massive left hook. Another left hook. Another right hand. A left hook. Bird hasn't fired back yet. Bird badly wobbled, having trouble taking the right hand shots. There's another knockdown for Bird as Klitschko is completely dominating it. And that's the end of the fight as Bird's face is a bloody mask.
November 2006. Klitschko faced off against the fastest rising American heavyweight, unbeaten Calvin Brock in Madison Square Garden. When Klitschko fought too cautiously for the first 4 rounds, trainer Emanuel Stewart tried to instill a sense of urgency in his fighter's mindset.
You're letting him get too close, and therefore he may be winning the fight, believe it or not. Because you've been waiting and waiting, and now you're letting him punch, and you're just leaning in, doing this. You got to start getting your distance and keeping him outside, and then you can catch him. You're letting him get confidence up too much.
Stewart's words seemed to have the intended effect on Klitschko as he suddenly came alive in the fight.
And Calvin Brock has taken a beating, and a big right hand by Klitschko, and he thinks he's got Brock hurt. Wladimir going a little bit wild here, and leaving himself exposed as he knocks Brock down with a right hand. And that was a huge punch, and it's going to be tough for Brock to get up. And Wayne Kelly's going to stop it. A knockout win for Klitschko in the 7th round. Boom! That's what heavyweights are supposed to do.
July 2007, Klitschko got the chance to avenge the most disappointing loss of his career against Layman Brewster. And the determined Klitschko dominated from the opening bell.
Klitschko turned his head to slip a Brewster right hand, now lands a 1-2 over the top. Goes back to throwing his jab and stuns Brewster momentarily with a solid right hand. And Layman Brewster is getting the full Klitschko arsenal.
With each passing round, Klitschko grew stronger, and it was clear on this night Brewster was completely overmatched.
Klitschko again popping Brewster repeatedly with the jab. Now there's a lot of yelling from Layman Brewster's corner as they try to motivate their man.
I'm gonna pull the plug, baby. I know you're trying. It's not there. You hear me? You hear me? I'm not gonna let you keep hitting with them shots.
Buddy McGirt stops the fight.
That's it, gang.
An anticlimactic knockout if ever there was one.
Having now won 9 straight fights, Klitschko met former champion Hasim Rahman in December 2008. It was clear early the older Rahman was no match for the champion.
Rahman's laying against the ropes. He's just being an easy target. You can't do that because if you get hit by a right hand, there's nowhere to go.
After sustained punishment for the first 5 rounds, Klitschko knocked Rahman down in round 6, and the end was in sight.
If we continue to take punches like that, I'm not going to let it happen. All right?
You heard referee Tony Weeks warning Rahman he won't be allowed to continue to take sustained punishment.
And here it is.
This is over, baby. This is done.
June 2011, Klitschko finally faced the brash, trash-talking David Haye in a heavily hyped showdown, outdoors in the wind and rain in Hamburg, Germany.
Good right hand by Haye.
He gets Haye against the ropes and lands a left and a right. First right-hand thunder of the fight by Klitschko.
As the fight went on, Haye became less and less competitive, began to look desperate.
Hard right hand by Wladimir. Haye grabs him and then tries to hit him in the back of the head.
Despite all the hype in the lead-up to the fight, Haye was unable to turn in a competitive performance, and Klitschko was awarded a lopsided unanimous decision. October 2013, Klitschko traveled to Moscow to meet challenger Alexander Povetkin. It wouldn't be long before Povetkin tasted the canvas.
That is a knockdown in round 2.
Klitschko would follow up on his earlier work later in round 7.
There's a hard 1-2 by Klitschko, and he throws Povetkin to the canvas, and Pavon's gonna call it a knockdown. So that's the second knockdown of the fight, the second knockdown of Povetkin's career. And that was the most solid 1-2 combination that Wladimir has landed in the fight. Povetkin is tiring, and Wladimir is hurting him with every punch at this moment. Now there's another knockdown. 2 knockdowns in this round. And there's the third knockdown of the round, and the 4th knockdown of the fight.
Klitschko would cruise to a unanimous decision victory, his 15th consecutive successful title defense. November 2014, Klitschko faced off against unbeaten Bulgarian Kubrat Pulev in front of a sold-out crowd in Hamburg. It didn't take long for the action to bring the 15,000 fans in attendance out of their seats.
Pulev here, opening bell, comes right at Klitschko, and he's fighting him the way once upon a time it was felt you had to fight Klitschko. You had to rough him up. You had to show Wladimir that he could be hit and hurt.
And a left hook lands for Klitschko, and down goes Pulev. 1 minute and 11 seconds into the fight. And now there are 2 knockdowns. 2 knockdowns in the first round of Pulev, both of them by left hooks. Klitschko has found a hole in Kubrat Pulev's defense.
In the third round, Wladimir Klitschko would again demonstrate why he is a force to be reckoned with.
Hard right hand by Klitschko, momentarily wobbled Pulev again. A left hook and a push, and Pulev is down for the 3rd time. And that left hook is proving unstoppable for Wladimir Klitschko. Klitschko's knocking him down more or less at will.
Pulev showed bravery and heart, and that ultimately he would leave it all in the ring.
Hard right hand by Pulev, and the Klitschko chin holds up for the moment to that punch. Down goes Pulev on another left hook. And that may be the one from which he does not get up. He's done. And it's a 5th round KO win for Wladimir Klitschko.
Wladimir Klitschko simply separated him from his senses. Pulev's brain told his legs, get up. His legs couldn't do it.